Ahead on 12 News, excitement over the orange and black.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime thing.
How all Osseo students will be able to get to the big game. Plus, a competition that had everyone rocking and a Brooklyn Park school rejoicing. But first, new developments with light rail, how the project in the northwest suburbs is changing. 12 News starts right now. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us. The estimated price tag for the Metro Blue Line extension currently stands at about $1.5 billion.
But the cost and scope of the project is changing. Delane Cleveland joins us live from Brooklyn Center to explain. Delane?
Yeah, Mike and Shannon, today the committee overseeing the Metro Blue Line extension project made its official recommendation on the cost and scope to the Metropolitan Council. Last month, the Corridor Management Committee came out with a revised cost estimate for the project, which was roughly $500 million more than the initial cost projection. But in the 2 weeks since that plan was released, the Golden Valley City Council approved a list of demands that it wants to see in the final project. Today in Brooklyn Center, those plans were included in the Corridor Management Committee's recommendation to the Met Council. Among the changes are proposed park and ride for the Golden Valley Road station and improvements made to the intersection of Golden Valley Road and Theodore Worth Parkway. Adding all that would cost an additional $8 million.
We'll see. I'm interested to hear what the committee members have to say about it. I think it's possible we could put it in if it makes sense and the committee supports it, so we'll have that conversation.
When they did have that conversation, the meeting just wrapped up here a few minutes ago, and ultimately they voted to add the Golden Valley portion to the overall scope. So essentially they boosted the cost of the project to $1.496 billion. So next up on November 23rd, the Met Council's Transportation Committee will consider the recommendations presented today, and on December 9th, the Met Council itself will vote on an updated scope and cost estimate. Mike and Shannon?
All right. Thank you, Delane. There's welcome news for drivers after a difficult road construction season. The end of the season is near. MnDOT says the I-494 project in Plymouth and Maple Grove will come to a stop by the end of November. Crews have installed a third lane on southbound 494 between Fish Lake Road and Highway 55. Work begins on the northbound lanes next spring. Meanwhile, another project work will continue throughout the winter on the 610 extension between Elm Creek Boulevard and Interstate 94 in Maple Grove.
A Metro Mobility bus driver appeared in court today accused of sexually assaulting a vulnerable adult in Maple Grove. According to the criminal complaint, Segundo Acupina picked the victim up from a group home and drove to a secluded parking lot in Maple Grove where the alleged assault occurred. The complaint says Acupina used an umbrella to block the cameras aboard the bus. Acupina is also accused of assaulting the victim once before. He is no longer employed by the bus company that provides Metro Mobility services in the West Metro. New Hope Police will host a meeting next week about a Level 3 sex offender moving into the community. Level 3 is the most likely to reoffend. The offender has served his time and is moving to the 3900 block of Oregon Avenue North. The meeting will take place next Thursday, that's November 19th at 6 p.m. at New Hope City Hall. More than $7 million have already been donated as part of the annual Give to the Max Day.
Today is the day when nonprofits and schools push for donations in hopes of winning matching grants or additional prize money. There's also an annual competition for money between school principals. And this year, a new school in Brooklyn Park entered the fray.
This is Minnesota's giving holiday.
You could feel the excitement starting to grow.
And there's a lot of energy, and we're a fun, energetic organization and a fun, energetic day ahead. Having this many people coming together for good, that is an exciting place to be here in the Mall of America.
In between performances, our judges will take turns making comments.
Students and principals from 13 schools came to the Hard Rock Cafe, ready to compete in a lip sync battle.
Not only are we helping to get nonprofits throughout the state to engage, but also schools.
He was like, I've got a really cool thing for you to do, and I was like, all right. So I put my name in and they chose us.
Jennifer Mitchell is the school director at Minnesota Early Learning Academy in Brooklyn Park.
The kids have been practicing for about a week and a half, and I've been practicing for about 5 minutes. That's about as much time as I've had.
But she's got a secret weapon.
Very been a long time since I've been in this big old place.
Because her students are the youngest ones here.
We're the best dancers. We practice all night and all day.
I think we're gonna maybe win on the cute factor.
Competition was fierce. And sometimes funny. But to get the place really rocking, students chose a crowd favorite. And it got everyone moving. The big moment brought all schools back on stage. But the smallest students from Brooklyn Park took home not only a prize,
I'm so glad we won this trophy,
but an experience they'll never forget.
I'm almost in tears. I'm so excited. They worked so hard, and this is gonna be great for our school.
The school won $500 and they plan to use it to buy books. You can still donate for Give to the Max Day until midnight tonight. Last year, Give to the Max Day brought in more than $18 million.
The first Twin Cities Dunkin' Donuts franchise will be in Plymouth. The Plymouth City Council approved plans this week for Dunkin' Donuts at the corner of Bass Lake Road and Nathan Lane. Since it would be located near a townhome development, there were some concerns about the proposed 5 a.m. drive-through start time. The City Council determined the drive-thru's location and planned landscaping would prevent any problems. Well, the Osseo High School football team will play in its first prep bowl since 1986.
Reporter Sonia Goins shows us how the community is not only rallying behind the players, but fans too.
Everyone's so pumped and ready for this game.
The plan is to pack TCF Bank Stadium with lots of cheering Osseo football fans.
It means everything to us because we're such a small school and we work so hard for this, and we deserve it.
The excitement for the 6A championship game is at an all-time high.
It feels good. It feels good. We finally doing big things for Osseo, putting it on the map.
This was a scene during lunchtime.
And then bus ride also.
It looked like folks were lining up for Black Friday deals.
Okay, the bus leaves at 5:30 tomorrow.
And in a way,
you get your ticket and your bus ticket.
They were.
Is there a pen here? This is a once-in-a-lifetime thing that we want money to not be an issue for the kids to get to the game, or transportation for them to get to the game.
Some students paid for tickets.
Read the ticket, you'll pick it up tomorrow.
While others were given a break.
Okay.
Thanks to some generous donors.
It's the staff, it's a lot of alumni, a lot of community members, booster club parents.
All those folks went on a fundraising blitz, setting up a GoFundMe page.
It's over 300 kids right now that wouldn't be able to go to the game without the help of the donors.
Teachers also contributed. They raised over $2,000.
A ticket and a bus ride per kid is about $14 per kid, and you have 40% free and reduced lunch. It makes it pretty tough.
The money will also pay for 8 buses, so student fans can get to the game.
Now that everybody raised money to get tickets for everybody, I feel like that's a blessing.
Whew, this thing's a little dusty. 1986 is the last time that they went to the championship games, but they hope to change this second place to first place when Osseo goes up against East Ridge at 7 o'clock at the bank. In Osseo, Sonia Goins, 12 News.
It'll be an exciting place to be. Thanks, Sonia. The GoFundMe site has raised more than $6,000 so far, and if you would like to donate, we've put a link on our website, 12.tv. I bet they'll have quite a few fans there. What do you think?
You bet, and even if you can't be there, we're all pulling for them.
That's right,
Go
we
Osseo.
are.
Yep.
Coming up, we visit Maple Grove High School to meet this week's standout student.
And then later in sports, highlights from opening round matches for Champlin Park, Hopkins, and Heritage Christian at the state volleyball tournament.
But first, it might be time to break out that warm jacket. It'll be a bit chilly on Friday. A Maple Grove High School junior says he's getting a second chance at a high school education, and he's making the most of it.
Yeah, this time last year, Ssuna was attending school in Uganda. But after following his mother to the U.S., Ian is making a mark with straight A's and high hopes for the future.
Honestly speaking, if I had stayed, I think I'd be in a bad state right now.
It was a big decision for Ssuna, but even at the age of 16, he knew staying at home in Uganda, where he was raised by grandparents, was not the best choice. His grades were declining, so he decided to join his mother, who had remarried and already moved to the United States.
I didn't look back. I made up my mind. I left home, came here, started over, and doing the best I can do.
His best turns out to be pretty good. Straight A's at Maple Grove High School, even in math and science, where Ian admits he had been struggling at home. His first geometry tests here included a happy surprise.
I took the test and I got an A. I really couldn't believe what I was seeing.
The teachers say Ian puts the M in motivation.
It's a part of any coach's job or teacher that you have to try to motivate the unmotivated, but when you get someone that's motivated, it's fun because you can take off with them really quickly.
Ian also has his sights set on that big dome next door to the high school. He envisions intramural rugby competition there like he enjoyed at home. He's trying to arrange it with school officials who say they're open to the idea.
People who want to play, I've already told them, hey, I'm working on this. I'm trying to get this done for you so we can start.
Ian says he loves computer science, but he also likes the idea of becoming a commercial airline pilot, something he witnessed flying back and forth between his families in Uganda and here in the U.S.
It's kind of hard for me to really choose what I want to be because I have these two amazing things that are just going on and on in my mind.
Ian just came to this country this spring. He says his fresh start as a student in this country has given him the confidence to set his goals high. Well, still ahead, one of the biggest festivals of the year for the Hindu faith.
But first, the Osseo football team gets set to play for a championship Friday night. Jay Wilcox has a preview of the big game next in sports.
The Osseo football team will collide with Eastridge on Friday night in the state Class 6A football championship. Jason Malillo visited the Orioles and has this report.
An up-and-down regular season and a hard-fought playoff run has brought the Orioles to the brink of a state title.
We always had a feeling like we had a chance to get here, and now that we're here, it's just like nobody can believe it.
I thought early on that we had a shot, you know what I mean, if we stayed healthy, and because we had some up front guys that were playing, and our defense just came along as the year went, and it was just one of those ups and downs things. You know, I get it, injuries, everybody has them. They affected us, but you know what, it was part of it. You know, those other teams beat us, let's just be honest, they beat us. And so our kids are pretty resilient and battled back, and that's to me what's most impressive.
Standing in Osseo's way on Friday night will be Eastridge. The Raptors will pound the ground all night behind a huge offensive line.
Last year when we watched them, they're really a run-oriented offense. They're really just strong running offense, not going to pass the ball much. So we're really focused on stopping that. And I just noticed last year a lot of bursts of speed. What I've seen, lots of bursts of speed.
They're monsters. I mean, they're 360, 330. I mean, and their back is 200 pounds of pure bowling ball, and they got a fullback that can run, and quarterback athletic as heck. So that's a lot of problems.
Osseo beat Totino Grace in the state semifinals with a fourth-quarter comeback that started with a fake punt and ended with a do-or-die two-point conversion. Head coach Darren Lampker calls the game that way, and his players love being a part of the excitement.
Krua trying to get to the edge, and he is in.
The Orioles have built something special in Lampker's 11 years at the helm, and Friday night will be a big deal, not only for the players and coaches on the field, but for all those that came before.
Those last 11 teams I've had, this is our 11th, they've paved the way for what's going on now. They've put the time in and the effort, and they're the ones that are texting me and calling me the most, and they're so happy. So this is one big group. I know a lot of teams, they don't feel that way. Once they're done, they're done. But at Osseo, it's like these kids still, they feel like they're part of it, and they were. They're the ones that I give the most credit to. These guys, obviously, you know, they're going to get the credit, but it's the guys before them that put, you know, the blood, sweat, and tears, as they say, and I'm more proud of them than anything.
And some of the players admit they were hoping to face Maple Grove in the championship game, but quickly refocused on Eastridge. The Raptors and Orioles play on Friday night at 7 o'clock at TCF Bank Stadium. Well, a lot of talented volleyball players and teams have taken over the XL Energy Center in downtown St. Paul for the state tournament. The Champlin Park Rebels are back in the Class 3A tournament for a second straight season. The Rebels meeting North Branch in the quarterfinals. First set, and Izzy Ashburn sets the ball outside to Sydney Hilly for the kill as the Rebels get out to a good start against North Branch. Like Hilly, Janae Alderson is the Coaches Association first-team All-State player. Her kill helps the Rebels win set 1 25-19. Alderson handles a North Branch overpass in the second set for another of her 10 kills. The Rebels lead it at this point 12-5. Hannah Krimble bumps the ball over to Marissa Vattendahl for the kill. Champlin Park wins the second set 25-9. They take the third set as well to roll to the win. They'll face Egan in the semifinals Friday morning at 11. Also in Class 3A, Hopkins facing top seed Prior Lake. The Lakers' Ellie Veldman gets the ball outside to Anna Martin for the kill, and a 16-7 Lakers lead in the first set. Veldman then with a back set to Lauren Kuet for the attack and kill as Prior Lake wins the first set 25-14. Jasmine Martin leads the Royals in kills in the match. She has a dozen as Hopkins plays the top-seeded Lakers tougher in set number 2. But Prior Lake has a lot of weapons. Kayla Bear is one of 5 Lakers players with at least 6 kills in the match. Prior Lake takes Hopkins in 3. The Royals play Moorhead in the consolation semifinals Friday morning. In Class A, Heritage Christian Academy of Maple Grove made its state volleyball tournament debut on Thursday. The Eagles meeting Verndale in the quarterfinals. We pick it up in set 2. Bella Leon with the kill for the Eagles on the slide. Katie Johnson's kill catches the back line for the Pirates. They lead at 21-17. On set point, Jordan Glenn's hit gets off the blockers and down. Verndale evens it at 1-all. Set 3 is a good battle. Leon drills a shot down the line here for Heritage for the kill. Morgan Glenn's answers for the Pirates, and they take an 18-16 lead. But Heritage pulls out the set. Leon with a huge block, and the Eagles win 27-25. Set 4, Maddie Torve delivers the ace serve to give Heritage match point. And Janae Fugelstead wins it for the Eagles with a kill. Heritage advances to the semis. They win in 4. They meet top seed Bethlehem Academy in the semifinals on Friday afternoon. So tons of excitement down at St. Paul as well.
All right. Thanks, Jay.
You bet.
Coming up, a special celebration in Maple Grove.
We'll show you the Festival of Lights when we come back. Well, the heavy rain on Wednesday night canceled the fireworks at the Diwali festival at the Hindu temple in Maple Grove.
But the weather did not dampen the spirits of the people inside. The Festival of Lights is an ancient Hindu festival celebrating light over darkness or good over evil. It's one of the biggest festivals of the year for the Hindus. Wednesday night at the Hindu temple, people lit lanterns and made special offerings to deities as part of the event.
The significance of Diwali is bringing light, hope, and illumination into your life, and to eliminate any kind of darkness and evil, bad, unfortunate event in your life, and to start with a new bright life.
Observing Diwali also takes place at home too. Hindus also light candles or lamps to emphasize the holiday. So too bad they couldn't do the fireworks last night. No chance of that with the heavy rain.
Yeah, the rain was
But I
something
think they had
else.
fun anyway.
Yeah, a lot of bright colors in it.
There definitely was. That's all the time we have for now. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
And we'll see you back here again Friday, beginning at 4.